Warpugs, here we are yet again with Scott. Scott is here to give us the answer to a question that none of us thought we needed to know until we saw it posed to us, okay? So, in the same strain of Batman versus Captain America, in the same strain as Wolverine versus the Hulk, we have the 500 Magnum versus the Desert Eagle. We didn't know we needed this, but we apparently did. Scott's here for us, guys. This is why Scott exists. I still am using his tricks and tips for home defense against gremlins. I'm getting a punt gun. I'm gonna put it in the kitchen, point it at the door just in case. But I don't know where else I'll need gremlin protection, so maybe Scott will show us at some point in the near future. Guys, check the links in the description below for all of Scott's links, as well as my own. This is easily one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Flat out. And you're about to see why if you've never seen this before. Let's get into it. Guys, standard Kentucky behavior incoming.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics, and today is the first episode of a new series I'm calling the Ultimate Gun Showdown.
Nice.
And our first contestants today are the king of hand cannons, the 500 Magnum and the Desert Eagle.
Deagle! Let's go. Nice.
On the internet, there are tons of arguments. Which one is better? Which one is the ultimate hand cannon? The 500 Magnum or the Desert Eagle? Well, today we're going to pit them against each other with several different categories. And the first category is power.
Yes.
Desert Eagle is up first.
Let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look.
Now for the 500 Magnum.
Let's go.
Oh,
Did throw it.
the berm.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it.
That was pretty impressive, but I
Sure
think
was.
more convincing. So now how about we shoot some hot dog chili sauce?
Nice.
Desert Eagle.
Woo.
Oh,
That was misty.
that was chunky.
Oh, dude, come on. God, I love slow motion camera.
500 Magnum.
What do you think that is, like 8 times slower or what?
Oh,
That was more chunky.
also very chunky.
Oh, the other one vaporized.
Okay, I'm pretty convinced that both of these hand cannons are beyond powerful. So let's get a little more scientific now, shall we?
But
this
why?
device here is called a chronograph. It measures the speed of bullets. And I can also use this thing to microwave my Hot Pockets. Let's take a few shots over it with the Desert Eagle and the 500 Magnum and see what kind of speeds we're getting.
Okay.
Desert Eagle is up first. I have 5 rounds of 350 grain full metal jackets. We got 1392, 1418, 1421. Got a jam.
You just got jammed.
1385 and 1388. So about
Okay.
the highest velocity you can achieve with a Desert Eagle is with a 300 grain round, moving at around 1,600 feet per second. Now we were using a 350 grain full metal jacket, and we had an average of 1,400 feet per second out of our 5 shots. And that gives us a muzzle energy of a whopping 1,523 foot-pounds. That is quite a bit. She be kicking. Let's try out the 500 Magnum next.
Let's roll.
To be fair, for the 500 Magnum, I'm going to use 350 grain rounds, the same weight as the Desert Eagle. Let's take 5 shots and see what we get.
Let's roll. Yeah.
1,678,
Okay.
1,706, 1,678, 1,730, and 1,677. So when it comes to 500 Magnum, the upper end of velocity that you can achieve is a little over 2,000 feet per second.
Okay.
But that will be with a lighter bullet around 300 grains. We were using a 350 grain round, and out of our 5 shots, our average was 1,693 feet per second, which gives us a muzzle energy of around 2,227 foot-pounds.
I'm loving how he's breaking this down. This is actually really, really good. It combines everything that he was doing before, the entertainment value, that facial expression, and like even more gun knowledge.
She also be kicking. The power category, let's move on to our next category, which is accuracy and control.
Cool.
But before we get started, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, Enlisted. Enlisted is a squad-based first-person shooter now available for free on PC and consoles that skillfully combines PvP with PvE combat. Take control of a squad of AI-controlled soldiers and lead them into some of the most pivotal battles of World War II in massive clashes against the squads of other players. Fight on the side of the United States, Germany, Soviet Union, and Japan, and unlock hundreds of weapons, tanks, and aircrafts to customize your squads with. Leverage the distinctive roles and abilities of your soldiers in battle. Devise strategies with your fellow squad leaders and lead your side to victory. Enlisted has over 400 weapons, tanks, and aircrafts. From
I've actually played Enlisted. It is rather fun.
famous tanks like the German King Tiger to obscure guns like the American Johnson LMG, Enlisted offers a truly massive arsenal to unlock and equip your soldiers with. Vehicles in Enlisted don't have hit points, but suffer actual damage to their components and crew instead. Well-aimed shots can cripple vehicles, take out their pilot or crew, or detonate their ammo for a fierce explosion.
Yay!
What's the best thing about Enlisted? It's free, and it's now available on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. And if you want to check that out, you can use my link in the description or the pinned comment.
It will be in the
new
description
players
below.
On PC that use my link will get a special bonus pack. We're talking several in-game items, 4,000 silver, and 3 days of premium account. And this is only available for a limited time. Again, a big thank you to Enlisted for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's go get back to it.
Let's go.
For this category, we are going to see how fast I can shoot all of my rounds in each firearm and how accurate I can be with it at the same time.
Okay.
For this test, I will be shooting at a 12-inch circle at about 10 yards away, and I will time my shots with a shot timer. We're going to start out with the Desert Eagle. I have a full mag of 7 rounds of 350 grain full metal jackets. Let's see if we can make it through this whole thing without a jam.
Let's go.
You just got jammed. 7 shots with a jam. We have
That's 2 jams in the Deagle in this video alone.
a time of 4.18 seconds. As for accuracy, I was aiming here, only had 1 in the black circle. The rest, I had a pretty good group down here, but I was several inches low. Up next is the 500 Magnum, and I'm loaded up with 5 rounds of 350 grain jacketed hollow points. Okay,
A lot
so
slower.
with the Desert Eagle, we did 7 shots and a jam in a little over 4 seconds. With the 500 Magnum, 5 shots, no jams, we've got 5.23 seconds. So the 500 Magnum be kicking. At one point, I actually could not see my front sight, so I had to adjust, and that's why I had a little bit of a hitch in my giddy up when I was shooting.
Okay.
As for accuracy, we have 3 rounds right here actually in the circle, and then we have 2 shots down here. So with the Desert Eagle, I only had 1 shot in the circle, but I had a pretty good group just a little below it. 500 Magnum, group's not as tight, but I have more rounds on target.
Okay.
Next is a category I typically don't ever talk about on this channel, and that is ergonomics and practicality. You know, like
let's go.
A normal, reliable truck, or you could buy a monster truck.
Yeah!
So first, let's talk about the sheer size of these monsters. For a comparison, this is a Glock 19 chambered in 9mm. This is probably one of the most popular 9mm handguns in the United States.
The wife likes that one.
It's about 7 inches long, and with a fully loaded mag, it weighs about 1 pound and 14 ounces. Now let's talk about the Desert Eagle. Here it is compared to the Glock 19, and you can see it absolutely dwarfs it. It measures around 11 inches, and with a fully loaded mag, it weighs a whopping 5 pounds. For most people, that may be inconvenient, but I like to work biceps while shooting at the same time.
There you go.
The 500 Magnum, here it is compared to the Glock 19, and it also just absolutely dwarfs it. We're looking at about 13 inches and completely loaded. This thing weighs about 4 pounds and 10 ounces. So when it comes to the weight of these mammoth handguns, there actually is a purpose behind that. If a 500 Magnum and a Desert Eagle weighed as much as a Glock 19, it would be so much recoil that the average person probably would not be able to shoot them. The downside to the weight of these two hand cannons is you better wear a strong belt if you decide to carry them. Otherwise, you may get pantsed every time you take a few steps. The last section of this category I'm going to talk about is ease of loading. A Desert Eagle is pretty much the same as any other semi-automatic handgun. As long as you have a loaded mag, you can get back to it pretty quickly. The 500 Magnum is a different story. Once you are done shooting, you're going to have to eject your rounds and then load each one of them in by hand, which may take you just a little bit longer. And if you drop one on the ground, now you're a round short. But
so far, the 500 Magnum, it's very nice. It's stronger, but the Deagle is more practical. And practicality is the thing, guys.
They do make these handy dandy things called speed loaders. I have 5 rounds of 500 Magnum. You just plop that down into your cylinder, twist this, give it a little shake, and you're ready to go. Still not as fast as a mag, but much faster and more controlled than loading them by hand. Our next category is going to be She Be Kicking, aka recoil. And for those of you who do not know what recoil is because you are new to firearms, basically it's just how hard the gun thrusts backwards kicks you when you fire it. I'm going to take a few shots with the Desert Eagle and a few shots with the 500 Magnum in slow-mo and see just how much recoil each of them is producing. Let's see if we can make it through this whole mag without a jam. Here we go.
You just got jammed. You just got jammed.
3!
You got jammed. You just got
You're
jammed.
kidding!
I think maybe we should add reliability as a category as well.
Wow.
Now for the 500 Magnum. Here we go. Definitely going to be kicking a little more. Woo! At least you don't have to worry about a jam with the 500 Magnum.
Yep. Jammed over and over and over again. Oh my god. Dude. Ugh.
I don't need the slow-mo to tell you. The 500 Magnum, she be kicking. Our next category is gonna be cool factor. Which one of these bad boys is gonna get you more range flex when you break it out and start blowing out everyone's eardrums in the indoor range?
This is a good question.
I would say it's actually pretty hard to decide which one of these is cooler. The 500 Magnum has bravado. It's big, it's powerful, and it definitely demands attention when you whip this thing out at the range. But the Desert Eagle is a little more popular when it comes to pop culture. It's been in way more movies, it's been in way more video games, and I would argue it is more recognizable and a little more of a flex than a 500 Magnum, especially if you go with Tiger Stripe, gold, or anything like that.
There you go.
What it would really come down to is, who are you trying to impress? Who is your audience? Someone like me, I'm probably going to be a little more attracted to the 500 Magnum. But someone who games a little more than I do may find their eyes shifting a little more towards the Desert Eagle. Regardless, I'm going to say that either one of these that you break out at the range is going to demand attention regardless, and everyone's going to be talking about how financially responsible you are for purchasing it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But then again, he does drive a monster truck, so he knows more than I do about these things.
Our last category for this episode of the Ultimate Gun Showdown is going to be Giggle Factor. Which one of these guns makes you laugh the most and bring you the most joy when you're shooting them? So up next, I have two new targets to this channel, a 6-pound can of mushrooms and a 3-pound can of roasted beef gravy. I'm going to shoot them with the Desert Eagle and the 500 Magnum, and I'm going to try my hardest not to react. Desert Eagle is up first.
Yep, serious face. Let's go.
Beef gravy's next.
Okay, you got it. You got this. You got this, Scott.
I really wanted to laugh on the mushrooms because one hit me right in the face. Now for the 500 Magnum.
Let's go.
I think I'm going to swap it up. I'm going to do the gravy first this time.
Come on, Scott. You got this.
It's really hard. Mushrooms! I can't hold it anymore. Those mushrooms are such a good target.
Yeah, they are.
I definitely want to keep shooting those. They're so chunky. They're everywhere. This is gross. Look at this. You got beef gravy. You got the old chili sauce, mushrooms.
Yeah.
And whatever else is in there.
Nice.
Smells disgusting. That smells like a carnival ride. So what are my final thoughts on the 500 Magnum?
He's gonna go with the 500.
Desert Eagle. Well, it's pretty hard for me to decide because I like big guns and I cannot lie. Whether it's a Desert Eagle or a 500 Magnum, I just can't keep my hands off of them. But what do you think? Which one of these hand cannons won today's episode of the Ultimate Gun Showdown? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know what guns you'd like to see next. Again, a big thank you to Enlisted for sponsoring today's video.
Hardwire bat, why?
You can play it for free on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation when you use my link in the description down below or the pinned comment. And new players on PC will also receive a special bonus pack, which includes multiple items, in-game currency, and premium account time.
There you go, Scott.
Losing my barbed wire. Again, a big thank you to Enlisted for sponsoring today's video. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure and give it a like and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure and check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt. Just hammering it into the ground. Oh,
It's defying you,
this
Scott.
table. Ugh.
It's defying you. That's it. Teach it.
That's one of the toughest tables I've encountered in the last year. As always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. And I'll see you next time.
Okay, so easy enough said. Early on, I was going with the Deagle. Early on, I was going with the Desert Eagle. But the amount of jams on that gun, no, 500 for reliability's sake. The 500 for reliability's sake beats out the Desert Eagle just because of that. The amount of jams was just silly. And like he shot seven rounds, it jammed 4 times in a row. That's absolutely nuts to me. That is absolutely silly to me. So, yeah, if the reliability was the deciding factor for me, okay. As far as the amount of rounds you can put down per minute, the Deagle wins. As far as, you know, the ability to recognize it, the Deagle wins again. As far as, you know, grouping, in my opinion, Deagle wins. But the jams kill it. Warpugs, let me know what you think in the description, in the comments down below. I'm gonna head out from here. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the Enlisted. If you haven't played it, it's a lot of fun. I'll catch you Warpugs next time. Join as a member of Patreon for early access. Later, Warpugs. Yeah, 500 takes it.